The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen at Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful duo out of Southeast Texas. They're the Skinner Sisters, and we're going to tell you a bit more about it as well, too. They have a song called Down, and one of them is a director of marketing of B Squared, and the other is the assistant as well, too. So the two come together very nicely. They perform very well, and these guys are hotter than blazes in Southeast Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the beautiful studios in Southeast Texas, deep in the heart, Jordan and Madison Skinner. They're best known as Jaye Madison. Ladies, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us. We're excited to be here.
Oh, I can tell you guys are really excited. So you guys have a group call yourselves Jaye Madison, and you have a single called Down, which is all over the streaming platforms, Spotify, YouTube, and all the other streams as well, too. You guys grew up in Southeast Texas. I mean, you just have a really, really unique sound. And before we get into all that, first of all, just tell us how you got started.
So, we've been singing since we were like knee-high to a grasshopper. Since we were 2, we were going around the house, like singing Tomorrow from Annie. So we just always liked to sing together. We got started in community theater, then went into like the choir thing, and then realized we wanted to write our own stuff and have our own voice, which led us to Nashville, all the way from small town Texas.
Wow. And what's the name of the small town you grew up in?
Lumberton.
What's that?
Lumberton, Texas.
Lumberton, Texas. Okay, well, keep that in mind as the new music hotbed, Lumberton, Texas. So, guys, if you're looking for newest house music, go to Lumberton, Texas. And if you need directions, you'll have to figure it out yourself. So, and of course,
we got 2 stoplights. It'll be an easy way to find your way around.
Oh, really? 1 and 2. just like
Yep.
you sisters as well. So you should have a spot. You should have a stop sign or a stoplight bearing your name on it. So I think that's how you should do it. So. And of course, being 1 minute apart as well, too, being born. What was the one moment that influenced both of you into doing what you're doing?
I don't think it was a particular moment. It was just a lot of moments that led up to like us realizing that we had our own perspective and our own voice that we wanted to put out there. We, for a while, were thinking about being in cover bands or doing vocals in the studio and things like that. But then we quickly realized, we wanted to write our own stuff. And so that's really what brought us to Nashville. And we've just been surrounded by so many talented songwriters and musicians. And it's just such a great city to be in. But we definitely were influenced by that, Southeast Texas diverse sounds down there, the folk and the blues and the rock and all of it just kind of combined into a really great like pot of gumbo. So
ooh, gumbo, you're making me hungry.
But yeah, I wouldn't say there was one particular moment. I mean, it's just kind of was a long time coming, I guess.
Yeah, and when you get in front of an audience and you feel that energy, between you and the audience, like nothing else feels that way, and then you end up like needing it more and wanting to connect with people more. So it's more like we have to do it, we're like, it's a calling, I guess.
It sounds like a really good calling for you guys as well, too. You talk about the diverse culture in the Southeast Texas area in terms of music. Who are your favorite artists, singers, and musicians growing up?
So Janis Joplin was a big one. She's got that rough sound. She's actually from Port Arthur, Texas. Willie Nelson, Merle Haggard, a lot of different awesome people. Loretta Lynn. All that outlaw country that you hear a lot, that mixes, the rock, country, folk, blues kind of thing.
And then we also were, inspired by 80s rock because that was playing in the background of our childhood constantly, like on the radio and at our house, because our parents are huge 80s rock fans. So we were just dancing in the living room to that for hours on end before, kids were addicted to iPads and things like that.
Oh my gosh.
And that's definitely where we get our theatrical side from, like 80s rock having that like big moment in the song where you're like, yes, like we love that stuff and we still write that way. And in a lot of our songs, we just have like a soaring moment, where you put your fist in the air and you like, I don't know, that 80s angst needs to come back, I think.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. And I mean, I can just hear it right now. Oh my gosh. I can't think, who I got to say here. I mean, just a big influence. And we'll talk about your music in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. It's powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful duo of Madison and Jordan Skinner deep in the southeast portion of Texas. Call themselves Jaye Madison on the Mike Wagner Show. Before we get to our the big hit they have on the charts down as well too, let's talk about a couple of songs you put on YouTube as well too. Down by the Riverside and Soul of Texas, and also Shadow Man. And tell us more about those songs.
So let's start with Soul of Texas, because that was our first single that we released as Jaye Madison. And it was close to our heart. Like, that's really about the time where we realized what kind of music we actually wanted to do. Because like it's a discovery process. You know, you try different things. You're like, that's not me. That's me. You know, and we realized, you know, we wanted to do the Texas sound, and that was about the time when Hurricane Harvey was hitting our hometown really hard. And we saw video footage from there. You know, the street that we grew up on became a river, and like the mailboxes were underwater, and
our grandparents' house was flooded, so they had to move in with our parents. So we were experiencing that all the way from Nashville, just watching this happen to our hometown and our friends and family. So it really just kind of put a fire under us to like get in the studio and write a song that would help create community and you know, just make sure that we were trying to show as much support as possible, even though we were far away during that time.
Yeah. And, you know, like Texans are really close, even across distances. You know, you meet another Texan somewhere and you immediately feel like you're best friends with them. So that's how it felt, you know, being in Nashville. Like, we felt the pain of everybody back home as if we were there. And yeah, that's what Soul of Texas was for, and who we dedicated it to.
But of course, you kept safe as well too, by the grace of God. So I have to say it's kind of like a double edge. But yeah, we're glad you're safe as well too. And we talked about Soul of Texas down by the riverside. You can just tell us a bit about that. And if there's any other songs you have out as well too, feel free to talk as well.
So Down by the Riverside is a cover we like to do. So it was originally done by Muddy Magnolias, but it's definitely one that has that root sound, makes you want to go to church, you know. So
I love performing it live. We love, you know, harmony focused songs to do live. You know, that's just really, really where we thrive is our harmonies. And yeah, we just love doing it. And it was for a St. Patrick's Day show with our friends, and it was just a really fun time to do that.
And so, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to start talking about Shadow Man, but if you can go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Shadow Man. Go ahead with it. So I'd love to hear more about it.
Absolutely. So Shadow Man is another original of ours, and it's a very complex idea. We definitely wanted it to be to communicate like the female experience in this life. You know, we walk around with a lot of fear of like our physical safety and just like a lot of emotional stress, like just being who we are, knowing that we could be going down the street at night and someone could follow us, you know, and that's what Shadow Man really represents. It's also like
it also represents, you know, the frustration of even having to worry about that, you know, like living in a world where you know, you have to kind of look over your shoulder and all of that. So, and it's just kind of, you know, Shadow Man is the presentation of fear, basically, just represented as fear,
giving it a character,
right?
Pretty much.
And it sounds like it as well too. We'll play your hot single on Spotify and other streaming outlets down in just a minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. It's powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and Apple, over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with Jordan and Madison Skinner of Jaye Madison here on the Mike Wagner Show, deep from the southeast portion of Texas. And right now we've got the song that is really high on the charts on Spotify and other platforms. Here's Down from Jaye Madison right here on the Mike Wagner Show.
Don't lift me up too high. I'm bound to Won't you take me down, 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 down to the ground? Won't you take me down? Won't you take me down? Won't you take me down, 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 down to the ground? Won't you take me down? Won't you take me down? Won't you take me down, 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 down to the ground? Won't you take me down? Won't you take me down? Won't you take me down, 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 down? Won't you take me down? Won't you take me down?
Jay Madison, that was Down here on the Mike Wagner Show. Great song by the Southeast Texas duo. And tell us more about that song and what inspired you to write it.
Yeah, so we wrote that song. We found inspiration from growing up in Southeast Texas. I know we talk about that all the time, but it really did inspire our sound. And it's really just supposed to be like a fun song that evokes the feeling of, sitting on your front porch with your friends and family, and you're, looking out at the fireflies flying around and listening to really great country music. It's just, also a reminder to, focus on what really matters in life, because, whenever we're in Nashville, sometimes we, get distracted or overwhelmed by like all the big city life things that we've got going on here. And it's always great to just, remember to ground ourselves and surround ourselves with what truly matters, which are the people that you love.
Mm-hmm. And that's so true as well, too. Is there anything else you guys want to add?
No, I mean, she pretty much said it perfectly, yeah, for that song.
Okay, well, that's very good. And where can we find your music?
Yeah, so you can find us on social media. Our handle is Jaye Madison Band, Jaye Madison Band. That'll be for Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and then you can also find our website under jaymadison.com. We're also on Spotify, so look us up, listen to our music. And yeah, we've also been doing a lot of live streams, so please keep an eye out under events on our page for any upcoming live streams, and also hopefully some upcoming in-person gigs as things start to open back up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And we're looking forward to it as well, too. Once again, Jordan Madison Skinner of Jay Madison on the Mike Wagner Show. And not only you guys sing, you songwrite, you play, you do live shows, you put out some great music. You're also involved with a company called B Squared, and tell us more about that.
Yeah, so I started working with B Squared Management, I think about 10 months ago. It's been almost a year. I can't believe that. But yeah, so I started working with Bertie Bowe. She's the CEO for B Squared Management, and that's how we met and got this interview, set up, which is awesome. But I've been working for her as a marketing director. I've been connecting with a lot of different artists and creatives and models and influencers. Like, it's just been so fun getting to talk to people about their dreams every day and try to make it happen quicker for them, through our efforts. So it's been a really great, fun job. And Madison's also working for us with some social media management. So that's been great to juggle, because we can work from anywhere doing this job. So it's a really great way to work with our artist career as well.
Yeah, and it's the most twin thing ever to work for the same company, but here we are, I
know.
And yeah, I started working for B Squared a month ago, doing social media management and just sort of being a liaison between the artist and other opportunities. So yeah, it's been fun. I love B Squared, and Bertie's the best. So
it sounds like you guys are having fun as well too. And what other experience have you had when it came to marketing, social management, and everything else before you joined B Squared?
I mean, honestly, this was kind of my first gig doing this kind of stuff. Like, I mean, I went to school for, music business and commercial music. So I got it in a classroom setting, but this was my first, really hands-on experience, doing it day in and day out. So I absolutely have loved my experience. I've learned so much already, and I'm just excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, and you really learn all this stuff just from doing it,
Exactly.
like
It's not something you can learn in the classroom, really.
running the Jaye Madison page has taught me more, about doing social media than probably just like sitting in a classroom and taking a test. So, yeah, that's just what I suggest. If you're trying to be a jack of all trades, just do it.
Mm-hmm. And how can prospective artists get on B Squared?
I'm sorry, what was that? Cut out a little bit.
And let's say if there's any singers or songwriters or musicians that are listening out there and they want to get on B Squared, how do they go about it?
Yeah, so you can look us up. Let's just look up B Squared Management, MGMT. You can also email me directly at jordanbsquared@gmail.com if you want to learn more. But look us up online. We've got a really strong social media presence. You can find our contact information there and also on our website. But we are happy to help you out in any way. We help out with a lot of different things. So check us out.
Sounds great. We will do that. And what's coming up in 2020 and beyond for this wonderful duo, we'll find out in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. It's powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, over 25 podcast platforms. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with Jordan Madison Skinner of Jaye Madison here on The Mike Wagner Show. We talked about some of their music, including Down and some of the others on Spotify. We talked about Jordan Madison being with B Squared and their upbringing and a lot more. And before we go here, we'd love to have guys back on in 2020 and beyond. What are your plans coming up for later in this year and into 2021? What can we expect from you guys?
Yeah, so throughout this quarantine, we've been doing a lot of writing. So we're really looking to find the best team to partner up with as far as, recording and that kind of thing, and just the right timing for all of that.
Yeah, and expect us to, collaborate with some of our friends. We're definitely looking into doing that. So we might have some fun little things that we post, but we definitely want to get back in the studio to get our next single together.
Yes, and definitely start doing more live shows if and when that becomes an option. That's definitely something that we're looking forward to.
And it's amazing as well, too. We're looking forward to that as well, too. And who do you consider biggest influences in your careers?
Wow. Like sound-wise or just like mentor-wise?
It can be either music, it can be just in general.
Yeah. Well, our parents are definitely a big, mentor-wise, influence on us. They've been on our side since the beginning, and that's not always a given. When you're going into the arts, parents get worried that you're going to be living in a box or something, but, they knew we loved it. They knew it made us happy. And they supported us along the way the whole time. Let's see who's...
Yeah, I mean, we've just had too many to count who have supported us throughout the years. I mean, from teachers and directors and all of that. So they know who they are, and we love them so much. It would honestly be a list way too long to, I could to read. But I definitely, as far as sound goes, I mean, we we're really inspired, like we said, by that 80s rock sound, and we like Stevie Nicks and, Chris Stapleton, that kind of gritty sound.
Yeah. And then, even the modern country, like we love that, like when the lyrics are just so good, because like Casey Musgraves is probably like one of the best lyricists I've heard, just with Merry-Go-Round, her song. She was a big influence. Miranda Lambert, lots of modern people as well. So, I mean, it's a big list.
And if we have like a half hour to an hour, I'd let you just go on that. But
Okay.
we'll definitely have you back on sometime in 2020 beyond. Just keep us up to date and just run a laundry list if you like. If you don't have coffee with us, that's fine too. And once again, Jordan and Madison Skinner of Jaye Madison here on the Mike Wagner Show. Gals, a big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? And where can people purchase or listen to your music?
Yes, you can find all of our music on every basically streaming or buying platform that there is, but you can find us also on our website, jaymadison.com, Jaye Madison. Our handles on all of our social media is Jaye Madison Band, Jaye Madison Band. So keep up with us there, see what we're doing as we release new music and have some more live streams and live shows.
That is fantastic. Once again, ladies, a big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you have back on 2020 and beyond. You've both been fantastic.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Mike.
Thank you so much for having us.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.